Okay, people, so we're back, and it is return of Seth Wayul aboard this morning, and Seth is with us via Zoom. We're going to bring him in immediately. All right, we got our little 10 minutes here with Seth. We'll chat with him. So, where is he? I ain't see Seth. Like, I feel like I ain't see Seth since last year, boy.
Yeah, it's
Seth,
a while, it's a while.
Wait now,
Morning,
Seth, where's that?
Yeah,
Well, look, Seth, shape, beard and all kind of thing, boy, for us, boy. Seth have a whole new look, boy.
Yes. Yeah, no, the beard was grown during the COVID period, so I decided, it's time to let it go for a little bit.
Seth, you're looking real different there, no? What trouble is this,
the
boy?
neck showing, so, because usually people think that I'm a lot bigger in size from what I've been told. Right? They say on TV I look a lot bigger, but I feel like beard was blocking the neck, so it probably looked like I had a lot.
That could be it, that could be it. So, all right, we were Seth 2.0, 2024. Seth, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to Breaking Dawn. And
Thanks for having me back.
As always, Seth, you're looking real different there, no, boy? I'm telling you, I feel like I'm talking to somebody different, boy. I tell you, give me a little. Now I know what James Harden would look like. James Harden, the basketballer, they call the beard. I guess I would know what he would look like if he was to shave it. He would look totally different. Now we have some interesting statistics that you want to bring to the table as just his first show back to introduce the audience back to what you do. And we understand that there is a growing issue where a lot of people under the age of 50 are developing cancer.
Yes. So
Okay.
let me share the screen one time.
Sure.
From the American Cancer Society. Alright, so this is cancer statistics for 2024. Of course, this is their predictions on what the year 2024 would be like, where they're estimated to have 2 million, this is in the US, 2,001,140 new cases of cancer.
Wow.
And they're estimated to get 611,720 deaths from it. Now, what they have said from since 1991, there has been a decline in mortality of cancer cases.
Right.
But they say it's being threatened by the increased incidence of, out of the top 10 cancers, 6 of them are increasing. All right. And those cancers that are increasing are things like, as they'll put it here, breast cancer, the pancreas, the uterine cancers, prostate, liver, kidneys, oral cancers, melanomas. And one of the major increases where they have gotten the largest increase has to do with colorectal cancers. All right. I'm going to go down here because we're going to read through all of it because a lot of reading we don't have all the time, but I want to show the chart here. All right. So in this chart, we're going to see the cancers here. And if you notice, cancers with the digestive system, when you look at the figures,
Oh, it's big, boy.
quite high. Quite high.
Yeah.
All right?
That's on colon and rectum.
Yeah,
Are they connected?
They're all connected. It's
Okay.
all part of the GI tract, the gastrointestinal system.
Okay.
All right? Now, let me close the screen here for a second. If, let's say in Trinidad, a lot of dogs, pet dogs, started to develop an increased amount of colon cancer or digestive cancers, what's the first thing they're going to check?
If it started to repeat that again for me?
Yeah, a lot of dogs, people's pets, started to suffer from digestive cancers of the colon and rectum, digestive tract and whatnot. What is one of the first things they're going to check?
But the colon, wouldn't it be?
You're going to check what the dog is eating.
Oh, they're going to check. All right, good.
You're going to check what the animal is eating. Sadly to say, today when it comes to humans, you don't check what you're eating. It's if you're getting sick, go and do some tests. Start to take medication and treatment.
Right.
Your diet, we don't check that at all. If it was any other creature in nature that started to get sick, the very first thing that is going to be checked is the nutrition of that creature.
Right.
But with humans, we do not check that at all. I've had many people come to me with regards to cancer, who have been diagnosed with cancer, and I ask them the same thing. What were you advised with regards to that? Oh, you could eat anything. They have all been advised the same. They can eat anything. The medical associations, whoever they're going by for the treatment or whatnot, does not affect or change their diet. It stays the same. You could eat anything. Right? That is the most amount of nonsense I have heard. In fact, let me draw your attention to something else which I shared. I shared this in 2021. You see in the screen here? I shared this in 2021. Right?
I think I remember this headline.
May increase risk of bowel cancer.
Bowel cancer, yeah.
Right? And I went through this and showed that what they were saying is things like chocolates and coffee and nuts and berries causes the mutation of the TP53 gene, which mutates the P53 protein, and that causes the body to produce cancer cells. More so causes colon cancer. It shocked them. It shocked them, the scientific community, right? Though I have documents from studies since the 1990s that they knew these stuff since the 1990s. In fact, since 1990 itself, they knew this, right? So I don't know why it is shocking, all right? I don't know why today, because antioxidant stuff is what is being pushed and promoted as being things to help and aid. But most people not understanding that an antioxidant only works as an antioxidant in the organism that produces that very same antioxidant. In other words, you can't take an antioxidant from a plant and put it into a human and it works as an antioxidant. It doesn't work like that. The human body produces its own antioxidants. So what humans have to do is eat the raw materials that the body can utilize to produce its own antioxidants. Saying I'm going to get an antioxidant from another organism so that it could be an antioxidant in my body is foolishness.
Okay.
But the general public don't know this information. Yeah. And therefore we again blindly trust this system. And like what I tell people is, when people come to do consultations with me, right, I have them read the information themselves from the credible sources. Right? I have them read it themselves because I don't want people to say I am sharing my opinion. Right? Sadly to say, in the medical world, people don't ask or require evidence as to what their caretaker is advising them to do.
Right.
Because we make the mistake that we are custom making, which is we trust the messenger so much so that we do not bother to fact check the message.
The message.
We trust the messenger so much so that we do not bother to fact check the message. Take for instance, past 3 years, what we had with COVID. Now, which is something I'm going to touch on as we continue for the year, where systematic review, meta-analysis, which is the highest degree of study, shows now that the GB jabs does cause sudden arithmetic death syndrome, which is where you could just stay just so without having any preconditions and just get a heart attack and die.
Boom, just like that.
Just like that. Just like it is now proven facts. Now, you on your program on Breaking Dawn have been warning people throughout the entire time of COVID about this. Yeah. And we were called conspiracy theorists. A lot of people blocked me and told me all sorts of stuff, right?
Boy, people fall out at me.
To you.
People fall out at me.
I was classed as being insane and crazy.
Yeah.
Now, it is now scientifically proven on the National Library of Medicine that it does cause these things. Right? Because again, we trust the messenger, so we don't bother to fact check the message.
The message said, a lady, people meet me all over the place. You know what they used to call me?
What's that?
The anti-vax man. You see anti-vax man? You see anti-vax man? That was just calling me, like I was the king of the anti-vaxxers. And I just shake my head and say, oh Lord. Hey.
So it's the same thing with cancer. It's the same thing with cancer now. Cancer is taking place and increasing. The figures for people over between the ages of 50 to 65 and 65 and above, that hasn't changed. That number of how much people get cancer in that age bracket remains the same. But under 50, right, those figures are just increasing and increasing and increasing. Now, some could say it's due to the jab, but the data is from quite back to 2019. Before that. So those figures have been increasing on from within the age group of below 50 since before that. Right? So it means that something we are doing with regards to our diet is seriously inaccurate.
Yeah.
If you ask anybody that have done consultations with me, they would show you that I have shown them exactly what the scientific community shows causes cancer. Exactly. Because it's there. It is there, it is documented. I show people it, I have them read it themselves. It is known, but it is not publicized because cancer is big business. There is a lot of money to be made from cancer treatments. There is not much money to be made from curing.
Curing cancer.
It is curable, it is 100% avoidable. But people don't like truth. Now, why I say people don't like truth? You know why people don't like truth? Truth requires action. When you hear the truth, you are now required to act upon it. Many people don't like to act because that action would require them to change their behavior. Many people don't like to change their behavior because their behavior keep them within a particular circle or class of friends, right? Or associates. So changing that behavior can cause one to lose friends. So people do not like truth, and therefore people that deliver truth are not usually people that are liked. Right? Because truth requires change.
And I think
when you hear truth now, you can't avoid change now. So you don't want to hear it.
And I think a lot of it has to do with people who they're afraid to take a different route, or they're afraid to think for themselves or stand by their position, right? I'll draw a simple example for you. I remember just after, as you mentioned the pandemic a little while ago, I remember I was in a grocery, and I was only reminded this when I saw the video pop up on social media just recently, reminded me, they said this was you know, X amount of years ago. And I went into the grocery and they had just lifted the restrictions, right? So you didn't want to wear a mask and all that. But I went in the grocery and I count about 39 people in the grocery. And 39, all 39 of them was wearing a mask. And I was the only person in the grocery without one. Right?
Yeah.
And
today people still wearing masks.
Yeah, people still wearing it today. But my point is, I was the only one without it. And to some extent, I started to feel like I wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Because the majority of people, anywhere I look, everybody have on this thing, so I feeling like the odd one out. And then I say, no happen. Look to hell with that. Yes, I went on line up with all of them with the thing on, and I do have one on, cash my thing, and I leave. And I think that is a big problem too for people, you know. When they look around, they see and they hear people going in this direction. And they may doubt that direction, but just because the majority head in there, they decide, look, I go in there too. Because they just don't want to be scrutinized.
You know what's funny? Is that most of our country is religious.
Yeah.
Most of our country, most citizens in our country, if not all, very small percentage aren't. But yet almost all religions teach broad is the path that lead to destruction. That many people travel on. Narrow is the path that lead to righteousness, and there are few that would find it. And we still follow the masses and expect to be right. Right?
Yeah.
Because it sounds good when you say it. It sounds philosophical when you say it, but people don't act it.
Yeah.
Right? Many people are just, what's the word? They just do lip service.
Yeah.
Just do lip service. When it comes to taking decisive actions, they do absolutely nothing.
They do nothing.
Speak on it, but they would they would speak on it.
Nice
so
facts.
what I tell people is, if people want to truly be healthy, they want to truly be healthy, and they want to come to me because I don't get sick. People, if people see my physique, I work out once for the year, right? This year so far for the year I went and I hit the gym once, right? Look at my physique, it doesn't look like that. I know how to eat, right? Same way I've mentioned, lions sleep 16 to 20 hours a day. Look at their physique, they eat correctly, right?
Yeah.
So if you eat correctly, your health, I don't get sick, I don't get the flu, I don't get nothing, right? And I grew up sickly, so I know what it is to be sick. I know how the diet affects health.
Right.
I've reversed so much diseases, many of which have been classed as incurable in the medical world, just simply by correcting the diet, by dealing with the root cause of diseases. But if you come into me, know that I am going to hit you with some truth.
Yeah.
And that truth is going to require you to take some action.
Right.
So accountability is on you. Your health is your own issue, you know. It's not the government to blame. It's not the neighbor to blame.
Yeah, it's on you. It's on you.
It's not your parents to blame, right? At some point, you have to take responsibility for your own life, your own health. If you're under 8 years old, right, you blame your parents, right? Under a certain age, blame your parents. But we're adults. We're adults.
Exactly.
We have to take responsibility for our lives, our health, and this is what we have been avoiding. So many people don't want to hear the truth.
Right.
Because the truth is going to require them to change their behavior. And
Right.
a lot of people don't want to change their behavior. So is it that we have an issue, hospitals always running out of beds, and what is not that why we have so much of sick people that need beds? That
good
should
point.
be the question.
But
not that the hospital is running out of beds, why we have so much of sick people.
exactly. But we run out of time, but that's a good question to end with. Ask yourself that, why we have so many sick people to be in the hospital. But you know, we're gonna deal with all the truths as they come in the coming months ahead with the segment here, with different topics, different issues, and I'm trying to schedule it in a way where we can even accommodate phone calls, and we could begin to get interactive with the audience as well. So all look out for that, because you know, I don't want anybody to feel like you're afraid to answer any question that is put to you. So we're going to open it up from next week. I just went over my time because we just wanted to reintroduce the segment this morning. But calls will be a part of the segment. So we're going to restructure it in a way every Tuesday where we can accommodate for that. So Seth, thanks a lot. And
Thanks for having me.
yeah, definitely something to be concerned about with the statistics here, with so many people getting cancer under the age of 50. And of course, it is what you eat, because even your trainers in the gym tell you that is less % exercise and is more % your diet. You understand what I'm saying? And we'll get into that conversation on how so much protein plays a significant role in your diet, because I've been doing a lot of little reading and listening to a lot of people in terms of diet. And the one thing they always stress on, make sure you have that protein in your plate. Make sure you have that piece of meat. And it's usually steak that a lot of them talk about, the red meat. But we'll talk about that as we go along. But thanks a lot for joining us this morning, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So that's Seth Wyola board on the inside. And he'll be back next week, Tuesday. And we'll pick up the segment and engage and get interactive. So we got to wrap things up.